Drag racing was coming of age in the mid-50s, but it was still grassroots motorsports at its finest. The name of the game was run what you brung and hope you brung enough. Saturday afternoon showdowns were happening at local drag strips all over America. The age-old question of whose car was fastest was a huge drawing card for spectators and racers alike, as Ford, Chevy, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, and even Studebaker were going at it head-to-head. About the only cars you didn't see at the drag strip were Chrysler products. Drag racing's first principle was power to weight. And even by mid-50s standards, Chryslers were real tanks. They did have a revolutionary new engine, though, and it could make incredible horsepower. Drag racing legend Big Daddy Don Gartlis remembers his first glimpse of this engine at the local Chrysler dealership.
My buddy and I were driving to work, and we drove by the Chrysler dealership there, and it had a big sign in the window, had a big V, and it said 180 horsepower. I said, Grady, stop the car. There's something wrong here. We got to go check this out. So we spun around there, went back to the dealership, went inside, and said, there's a sign on the window that says 180 horsepower and a V. A V. Has Chrysler got a V8 now? And surely that must be a mistake. 180 horsepower was, well, a hot flathead was 175 with everything on it. So how could a stock engine be 180?
They called it a Hemi because the shape of the combustion chamber was a hemisphere, a design which allowed better intake and exhaust breathing. Gartlis soon installed one of these engines in his car, but not his dragster. He put it in his tow car.
I'd gotten my hands on one for my coupe, but I only bought it to put in that coupe to tow with. I was still towing my flathead dragster behind it. So one day at the drags, I told my wife just casually, I think I'll make a time run with the 39. And I drove this little 39 coupe down the drag strip. It went 14 seconds, 114. And I knew right then, if I put that engine in a dragster, it would really be something.
Before long, the Hemi took ownership of the dragster classes as it grew from 331 to 354 and finally to 392 cubic inches. Thanks to Don Gartlis and others, there was a Chrysler Hemi in the winner's circle every week.